Hello, everyone, and welcome to Harmony Alumni Leadership Interview Series. And today we have as usual, Daniel Bustillos, our host. Hey, Danny.
How's it going, guys?
Hey. And we have Andrew. Thank you, Andrew, for coming. Andrew Caraballo,
Hello.
Mr.
Yeah,
Caraballo, for joining and for your time today.
yeah, definitely.
How are
All
you?
right.
I'm doing great. Yeah, thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Good to see you. Danny?
I'm doing good too. I'll take over too. Andrew, thank you for accepting our invitation, man. We just wanted to talk to you, catch up a little and see, kind of the path you've been on, plus of course, like where you are right now or with your career. So if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, perhaps like when you graduated and what you're doing now.
Yeah, definitely. So, my name's Andrew Caraballo. I graduated from Harmony Science Academy, El Paso in 2014, and I got my Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering in 2020. I then started an internship at my company, Train Technologies. From there, I transitioned to a full-time position where I'm working as an associate account manager. And so I just work as a technical sales engineer within the industry. So it's a pretty interesting job, and I'm just really happy to be able to transition through all of those phases.
We'll get into how you ended up at Train in a second, but could you just tell us real quick what exactly you do as
Yeah.
account engineer, you said?
I'm an account manager, so that my official
sorry.
title is an associate account manager, but I work as what's called a technical sales engineer. So basically what my job is I talk to other engineers who design like the HVAC systems inside of a building, and I work for Train Technologies, which sells HVAC systems. So we kind of work in conjunction with engineers, subcontractors, architects, general contractors, and we kind of just try to find the most cost-effective solution for the building. Sometimes when the engineers are designing something complicated, like for example, say a lab, a hospital,
Right.
sometimes they can very easily find the calculations for how much air and air conditioning and ventilation they need, but they don't know exactly like what systems they are. So it's my job to talk to them and just tell them, a train has these very specific systems that would work out perfectly for you, and just help them out in that sense. And then also with subcontractors, if they're looking to cut costs or something like that, I could talk to them and then just let them know this is one way we can cut costs without sacrificing any efficiency, sacrificing any quality.
Right. That's pretty crazy, man. So you have to be pretty knowledgeable about some pretty big structures, some pretty big buildings, so that
Yeah.
But when you think about engineers, Andrew, the first thing that comes to mind is that you guys are constantly working, thinking, innovating. What does your
Yeah.
work hour look like, in a day or in a week? Do you work like us, 40 to 50 hours per week, or do you have, flexible?
Yeah, so right now, just specifically right now, my job's a little bit different just because I'm going through what's called a graduate training program. So I'm going to do this for the next 6 months because exactly how Daniel said, I need to be very, very knowledgeable. So previously I was helping out another associate account manager and I was assisting him to do that. But now that I finished the 6-month-long program where they're going to teach me absolutely everything I need to know, I'm going to go ahead and take over my own account. But typically what a work day looks like is it's just kind of, how seasons go. So like, for example, during summertime, school is out. So a lot of schools start doing maintenance. A lot of schools starts changing out their systems. So during the summertime, very busy, working very, very long hours. Sometimes during the winter, it's the holidays, not a lot of construction going on. So things are a little bit more relaxed. So it is a little bit tedious in that sense that you don't always have a very structured, this week I'm going to work 40 hours. One week you could work 15, 20 hours. The next week you could be working 60, 70. So it's always, you got to be there for the customer. So that's the most important part.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, especially like you said, because of customers, like their needs change. So pretty sure their need for you will also change, right?
Exactly.
Leading up to, I guess, where you are right now, how did it go? Like, what is it that, how was it for you transitioning into that job from, let's say, where you were working previously or right after you said you just graduated? Like, what made you choose to go in that direction? What made you choose to become a mechanical engineer?
Yeah. So originally I had decided to become a mechanical engineer just because I considered myself kind of like a little bit more of a technical person. Like I was very analytical about a lot of stuff. But during college, I actually worked in retail. I worked in Best Buy for about 4 years. So through there, like I actually started like talking to a lot of people, talking to a lot of customers. And that's just something that I kind of liked too, you know, it's you know, like talking to people, helping them find solutions and just meeting a lot of new people. So I was a little bit sad towards the middle of my career or my college career, just because I was like, most engineers, they typically, you know, work on a team and then they're just kind of constantly doing that. But when I found out that there's a job like a technical sales engineer where you know, like work with so many different people, so many different avenues, I was really excited and I was really happy about that. So through a friend, he went ahead and presented, or he introduced me to my boss. And he just had like a little chat with me, what my plans were, what my ambitions were and whatnot. And so he let me go ahead and go into the office for a little bit. He just let me kind of look around and you know, he said he liked my work ethic. So then he offered me an internship, an official internship. So I went ahead and did that. And again, through the internship, I really, really liked it. You know, I proved myself through the internship as well. And so, you know, they went ahead and transitioned to a full-time position. So
That's
that's
cool.
basically where I'm at.
It was that same self-marketing of yourself that landed you the job, that landed you the people. Like you said, you use
Exactly.
that skill of talking to people, right? That's
Yeah.
really cool, man.
Yeah, it is.
It seems like you said you were sad at one point, in between your school career, and I mean
Yeah.
that happens to a lot of people. It's very easy to get discouraged during college because there's so much going on, right?
Yeah.
What would you say was a critical moment, Andrew, in like you leading up to choosing your profession?
Yeah, so I would say like at the beginning, you know, you when you're kind of like going into like college, you're just kind of like, oh, it's cool. Like I'm gonna be a mechanical engineer, you know, whatever. I'm just gonna go to school, like I'm gonna do my work and I'm just gonna be a mechanical engineer. But it's not that simple, you know. There's so many classes that are like really, really difficult. They're really hard. And that's not to discourage anybody. Basically, one piece of advice that I would have is that you need to seek out your resources, your professors, your friends. I had a little bit of a difficult time because no one in my family is an engineer. From, you know, all my friends, like I'm one of the only ones. So, you know, it was kind of really hard to like make friends, reach out to them, get help and stuff like that. So I would just say that like if you're kind of going through that, you know, you're not alone. When I graduated from high school, the Harmony Alumni Network wasn't as big as it is now. So I would just say to like any student now that like is studying anything like at all, not even engineering, you guys have like hundreds, probably like even thousands all across Texas of people
Right.
who can reach out for help. So I think that's what discouraged me at first, but I kept on going. So I just really think it would be a good idea if, you know, as a Harmony alumni, once you're going into college to seek out for help.
That's some really good advice for all of our students here at Harmony and their families, of course. We're basically done here. I just want to ask you one more question before we go, and that's where do you see yourself in 10 years? What are some of your aspirations?
Yeah, so where I see myself in 10 years, and I probably would have given you a different answer like 2, 3 years ago, but I just really like my company. They're really, really awesome. They're really into like the environment. We have what's called like a gigaton challenge, which is it's our goal by the end of the year 2030 to reduce our customers' emissions by a gigaton. So that's
What
more.
is a gigaton, Andrew?
A gigaton is 1 billion tons.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, that is an awesome goal, dude. That's an
yeah, it
awesome. It
is.
sounds like it's a really awesome company that you're
Mhm.
working for as well.
Yes.
I had never heard of them, to be honest, but
Mhm.
are they big, or is it most like Southwest Texas, or?
No, they're a huge company. So we're actually worldwide. We have markets in Europe, North America, South America, the Asias. We're everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I don't think like most people, you know, when they're kind of in a building and they're really comfortable, they don't really think about like all the systems that go behind it. But it's a lot of like
Right.
complex systems
It is.
behind controls and all of that stuff. So I would really recommend anybody who's like into the environment. Another thing that I really like that my company does is they actually really you know, do a lot of stuff for their employees. So they have like a women's empowerment network. They have like a Black employee empowerment network. They just have like so many resources. So one thing that I kind of want to do in the future is just to kind of get a little bit higher up in the company in terms of those leadership positions, just so I can like begin to like drive that point even more. You know, the company's already doing a lot of stuff, but I kind of want to be part of it and like push it a little bit further and, you know, get a little bit more involved in terms of inclusion, in terms of the environment.
Well,
To
it
get
seems
to
like you
higher up
have.
positions, sorry, Danny. Do
No,
you
go ahead, man.
have education? Do you need to improve your education or get more certificates or degrees, or do you need to gain experience? How does that work?
So right now, the program that I'm doing is actually really awesome. So it's almost on par with a master's degree. Pretty cool. You know, I'm basically going back to school, but you know, I'm getting paid for it. So that's like a very good, you know, management type stuff. But a lot of the people higher up in our company have an MBA. So that's something that I would probably want to go ahead and get to, just so I could learn a little bit more about how a business runs. So I already do have that like technical side already down. You know, I have my mechanical engineering degree, but I think the business administration side is what requires a little bit more, you know, learn how to manage people, learn how to manage, you know, certain business ideas and topics.
Probably policies and etc.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That will come with time, man. It seems like you really have your foot in the door towards like completing your long-term goal. And of course, things change, but we want to wish you the best of luck with that. And we're basically done here. Saeed, was there anything?
Yeah,
else you
so
wanted to say?
congratulations, Andrew, on your job. And I heard that you bought a truck, so congratulations on that. Yeah,
Thanks
best
so
of luck
much.
to you. And thank you for joining in today, time. And thank you for making these series possible. You know, without you, it wouldn't be possible. So we're reaching out to all alumni. For our audience, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. And to learn more about Harmony Public Schools, visit www.harmonytx.org. Thank you guys. See you later.
See you.
See ya.